Social media is comparable to a distorted view of the world. There would be a lot of individuals who would kill to be in my position, even for me. How much are you worth? What someone is prepared to spend. On the court, Caitlin Clark is shattering records, destroying records outside of court. At $660,000, the Panini Immaculate WNBA Platinum Caitlin Clark rookie card has broke the record for the most expensive WNBA card ever sold. It will set records if Caitlin Clark plays. It will shatter the record even if she doesn't. There's real excitement around Caitlin Clark. The impact is genuine. This demonstrates that she has reached to the top of the league. This 23-year-old woman is transforming sports with her amazing power appeal. Once again, Caitlin Clark did it. She's making history even though she's on the sidelines. At $366,000, Clark almost doubled the previous record for the most expensive cart ever sold. Now the excitement is more than just sound. It is quantifiable, tangible, and expanding. Caitlin's assessment fever has increased by 273%. She also broke her personal record this time. There is a buzz throughout the sporting world. And right now, leave a 100% in the comments if you're a Caitlin fan. Let's examine how she is once more rewriting the game. In the WNBA, Clark has solidified her position as the most well-known player. Caitlin Clark will be playing for 10 years. This is the worst she will ever be, and you have 10 years of it. Thus, in my opinion, they possess all or the most of the leverage. It's awful, isn't it? You want to have a strong representation from all of the athletes who were chosen here in Indianapolis. The good news for Caitlin, though, is that I promise she will return, stronger and more resilient than ever. Therefore, it's fantastic to have Indy represent. And more significantly, it's bringing the best player to Indianapolis so that our supporters can see those who might not always have the opportunity to visit every other team. Here in Indianapolis, they get the opportunity to witness the world's top athletes. Caitlin breaks her own record. We are not exaggerating when we say that Caitlin Clark is making history. In women's basketball, we're discussing figures that have never been seen before. Caitlin Clark smashed records, broke records off the court, and broke records on the court. The most expensive WNBA trading card ever sold was recently broken by Caitlin, breaking her own record. Fanatics Collect sold her perfect logo guy, one of her rookie cards, for an incredible $660,000. An autographed, immaculate WNBA Platinum rookie card of Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark has 769 points thus far. It's one of a kind. As you can see, it appears to have sold for $660,000. Caitlin Clark's perfect one-of-a-kind autograph, which sold for $660,000 at Fanatics Collect, recently broke the record for the highest-selling WNBA card in history. It's more than just a large figure. Her prior record of $366,000, which she also held, is completely erased. This cruise broke the previous record of $366,000, which was previously held by Clark. Consider that. She didn't slightly surpass her previous record. She increased it from $366,000 to $1,660,000, almost doubling it. The WNBA card market has never seen a rise like that. From $366,000 to $660,000, we annihilated. Additionally, it makes a very clear statement. Caitlin Clark is an exceptional individual. This goes beyond a single card. The growth of Caitlin has led to a revolution in collections. Few people were interested in women's basketball trading cards prior to her joining the WNBA. Her cards are currently generating demand in all categories. Everyone else's pricing are going up in tandem with Caitlin Clark's. The number of Asia cards is increasing. The number of Sabrina cards is increasing. The cost of the Angel Reed cards is rising. In the card collector market, Caitlin Clark has launched a new venture. The WNBA card business is booming with fans and collectors, not only for Caitlin, but also for celebrities like Sabrina Ionescu, Angel Reed, and A.A. Wilson. All because Caitlin made the whole category better. What a trailblazer. Talk about a pioneer. People, as mentioned previously. Has anyone ever been interested in WNBA basketball cards? That $660,000 card is more than just a piece of cardboard, till Caitlin Clark and all these collectors said, "Ooh, I'm diving. I'm diving headfirst into the Caitlin Clark collectible market." It's an indication that Caitlin Clark is currently among the most valued names in sports. How much are you worth? What someone is prepared to spend. What is the value of the card then? Someone was prepared to spend $660. That's the value of that card. It demonstrates that the excitement surrounding her is more than simply chatter on social media. It is supported by actual money. Serena Williams has a record in women's sports that, in my opinion, has genuine collectors and investment worth. The excitement about Caitlin Clark is real. The impact is genuine. and it doesn't appear to be going away anytime soon based on ratings, collections, and cards. The worst part is still to come. When this record was set, Caitlin Clark wasn't even performing. She missed her third consecutive game due to a groin ailment. Nevertheless, she dominated the news even when she wasn't playing. The sports world was talking about her when the Indiana Fever were battling the Las Vegas Aces for a victory. For the sake of creating history, not for points or assists. The card may increase in value in the upcoming years, according to collectors. $66,000 now might become $750,000 tomorrow, or more than $1 million in a few seasons. Collectors are more than happy to pay these kinds of prices. Possibly worth $750,000 tomorrow. In 2 years, anything that is worth $750,000 now could be worth more than $1 million. People believe in her future to that extent. It's more than just a fan base. It's a marketplace. Now the excitement is more than just sound. It is quantifiable, tangible, and expanding. And it's Caitlin who is making it happen. She's doing more than just making news. She is creating history and profiting from it. In the WNBA, Clark has solidified her position as the most well-known player. Fans and collectors alike are certain that her stock will continue to increase in the upcoming years, as evidenced by her most recent record-breaking acquisition. The previous record for the most expensive card in history was almost doubled by Clark, with her 2024 Panini Prism Autographs Gold Final Prism, which sold for $366,000. The current WNBA Rookie of the Year also set the previous record. All-Star Game ratings, people will either like you or they will hate you, depending on the situation. However, I believe that the times I attend venues are the ones that truly make me realize how many people are there to love and support you. For example, Caitlin Clark is accomplishing something that very few athletes worldwide and no WNBA player have ever done. Not just the scoreboard, but the league's entire operations are being altered by her. What Caitlin is doing goes far beyond highlights, real assists, or points per game. Thus, her most recent record-breaking card sale is just the beginning. She is changing the WNBA's future, its visibility, and its profitability. She's also doing it when hurt. The All-Star Game will be our first topic. There was a draw in this year's WNBA All-Star Game. By league standards, there were 2 million spectators, and Caitlin didn't even play. She was sitting on the sidelines due to an injury. According to the Fever's announcement on Thursday, Clark, who is still recovering from a re-aggravated groin injury that had kept her out of action for 5 games in June and July, will likely miss an identical length of time, if not more. However, the ratings continued to reflect her impact. It actually became the WNBA's second most watched All-Star Game. It received 2 since she is a movement. 2 million people watched. It was the second highest rated WNBA All-Star Game ever, even without Caitlin Clark, only surpassed by the one last year when she did play. Take a moment to process that. She is so influential that record viewership is generated even when she is not present. This has never been done before. It demonstrates Caitlin Clark's versatility as a player. She is a force. And much like Tiger Woods did for golf, that movement is uplifting everyone in her vicinity. Even if she doesn't, it will set records due to her popularity. Caitlin is now the athlete who makes everyone's game different. Despite raising the purses in every tournament, Tiger earned the most money. Investors, owners, broadcasters, rivals, and teammates. Do you want figures? Let's discuss business. Franchise values have skyrocketed since Caitlin joined the league. Her squad, the Indiana Fever, had a staggering 273% increase in worth. On average, they have grown by 168% compared to the rest of the league. All of these investors' league valuations have risen 168% in a single year. The Fever is not that. Caitlin's assessment Fever has increased by 273%. Some clubs have doubled their value. It comes from more than just ticket sales. That includes investor confidence, sponsorships, merchandise demand, and media attention. Thanks to Caitlin's presence, everything is booming. WNBA games are being televised at prime time on major networks. The new standard is sold-out venues and increased investment in women's sports by companies like Gatorade and Nike. The Indiana Fever had trouble packing 4,000 seats for each game before to Caitlin. The Indiana Fever were drawing about 4,000 people until Caitlin Clark arrived. They now have an average of 17,000 spectators per game when Caitlin performs. When Caitlin Clark is playing for the Indiana Fever, 17,000 spectators show up. They attracted over 4 times that amount Clark went out. As a result, 77% claimed they would also depart. If Caitlin left the Fever, would you still be a fan? Here we received 45 votes. Not at all. I've packed my bags. is by far the most prominent, with 76, 9% to 77%. To put it another way, read that again. If Caitlyn wasn't present, 3 of every 4 Fever fans would leave. Not many sportsmen in the world have that kind of gravitational pull. Tiger, Serena, LeBron, and now Caitlyn all possess it. Nike made sure she was the center of attention even while she wasn't playing during All-Star Weekend. In downtown Indianapolis, her picture was shown on a whole tower. The entire side of the JW Marriott, not just the banner. Icons are usually the only ones that get that kind of promotion. And since she is no longer merely a rookie, it was well earned. She represents a revolution. Additionally, Caitlyn's influence is providing the WNBA something it has never had before, even as the league continues to negotiate its next media rights agreement. Make use of leverage. Make use of Caitlyn Clark, who will continue to play for 10 years. You have 10 years of the worst she will ever be. Thus, in my opinion, they possess all or the most of the leverage. This is more than just a sports league now that she is involved. It's a chance for business. We now have 2 consecutive All-Star ratings. Creates a record. Additionally, sponsors see the potential, networks see the ratings, and investors see the numbers, even if they are gone. Contracts up, you're negotiating, and your investment has increased by at least 100% in the past year if you're an investor. 168% is the average. You're trying to sell it. The discussion of revenue sharing is evolving because of this business opportunity. Players can now demand 25%, 30%, or even more in the next pact, whereas previously they only received 9% of the league's total earnings. A committee was not responsible for such change. It occurred as a result of Caitlyn Clark entering and turning on the lights. The finest part comes next. This is only the start. This is just her first season. She is still learning, developing, and getting over her injury. Nevertheless, her presence is already changing the landscape of women's sports, and the ramifications are only just getting started. Right now, the WNBA is more than simply a trend. It has evolved into a business, a trend, and a conversation. And the spark was ignited by Caitlyn. The numbers blow up as she plays. They still rise when she doesn't. She continues to sell out even when she is injured. She continues to break records even when she is silent. Caitlyn Clark is absent from the WNBA All-Star Game. She was hurt. It's not luck. It isn't hype. Power is that. Let this serve as your last reminder that Caitlyn Clark is more than just the face of a franchise if you have ever questioned her impact. She is the cornerstone that keeps the WNBA as a whole moving forward. Here's another illustration of Caitlyn Clark's power. I mean, the draw. The craziest aspect is that she is still hurt while performing all of this. A recurrent groin issue has kept her out of action for a number of games. However, Relevance Grows has been just as loud and impactful without Caitlyn Clark as it was while she was there. Let's dissect it. When Caitlyn is sidelined, her significance increases even more than that of other rookies. She was not present when the Indiana Fever played the Las Vegas Aces lately, a big matchup with Asia Wilson and associates, at the home game of the Indiana Fever. Last year, Caitlyn Clark's first year's average home attendance was, more than the average home attendance of 5 NBA clubs. And what took place? Caitlyn Clark was still the center of attention. Not the victory, not the box score, not even the new players. Headlines were dominated by Clark's injury status, her expected return date, and her behavior off the court. Then she created history once more. Caitlyn Clark's rookie card became the highest-selling WNBA card ever when it sold for $660,000 while she was recovering from an injury. This comes after the Immaculate Log Woman 101 was bought for an incredible $660,000 through Fanatics Collect. She already had the record. This was more than just a memento. It was a global statement. Being the most well-known figure in basketball doesn't require Caitlyn Clark to be on the floor. She is the future, the audience, and the economy of the WNBA. Her cultural dominance injury report has become so popular that it receives more clicks than certain playoff box scores. Even when she isn't performing, her name is trending on Twitter. With Caitlyn Clark upgrades, networks continue to dominate. Despite being sidelined, she is the only WNBA player who is literally too huge to sit quietly. The reason their TV ratings are so high is because they are Caitlyn Clark's biggest supporters. We only witness this kind of cultural domination from generational superstars. Consider Tom Brady, Serena Williams, or LeBron James. Few brands are equipped to deal with the situation that has been produced by this, including the Fever. Because it's hardly a marketing issue when 77% of fans say they will stop following Caitlyn if she goes. An existential crisis, that is. In the past, this team would only draw about 4,000 spectators per night. With 17,000 Real Consequences members, arenas are currently selling out. Additionally, they are just one player away from becoming completely irrelevant again if Caitlyn is not present. Let's discuss actual repercussions. According to real poll data, 13,000 fans would be gone overnight if Caitlyn Clark decided to quit the Fever tomorrow or, heaven forbid, asked for a trade. There would be 17,000 fans present, 13,090 of whom would leave immediately. Guess what? You're left 3910 fans who would genuinely stay. That includes the vaporization of ticket sales, jersey sales, parking, concessions, and sponsorships. Some analysts are expressing what fans already feel because of this. Indiana doesn't deserve her if they don't properly build around her. The league's most prized asset is her. The amazing strength, attraction of this 23-year-old woman who is transforming sports, not just women's sports, but perhaps all women's sports as well. Nevertheless, it appears that the Fever's management is still having trouble capitalizing. Many believe the club hasn't adapted to the once-in-a-generation talent they've been given because of lineup choices that restrict her touches and strategies that take the ball away from her. She's not merely a player who fits into a system, as one commenter stated. The system is her. Despite this, she has repeatedly been asked to play off-ball, defer, and be a floor spacer, while others control the possessions. Dynasties are not established that way. That is the foundation of regret. However, Caitlyn maintains her remarkable composure in spite of everything: the injury, the team's inconsistent play, and the media attention. She was honest, funny, and gracious in recent interviews. She gracefully put an end to the unfounded rumors that she had withdrawn from the three-point competition. All of them shoot off a rack. That's the way it is. She didn't conceal anything. She failed to deflect. As a genuine professional, she tackled it head-on. Rich, when Caitlyn Clark got hurt, it was her first injury of the season, and she missed 5 games. Moreover, half of the WNBA's viewership vanished during the 5 games when she was absent, including the Fever in general. And people also tend to forget that. She is still a novice. She will never be worse than she is now. She is already the league's most important player. Most veterans never encounter pressure like she is. Every social media post, every game, and every camera. She's being watched closely. Nevertheless, she continues to exhibit leadership, humility, and fire. She continues to sign autographs. She continues to give the fans credit. She continues to give you the impression that this league is going to blow up because of her. Not to be overlooked is the human aspect. During a tearful moment, Kane told the human side how much she values her fans. She claimed that the enthusiasm, the chairs, and the little children in the stands are what make it all worthwhile. Social media isn't the real world. Behind the tweets and the headlines, there's a woman who is completely devoted to this game. And you know, this is about more than just basketball when you watch her embrace a young fan or smile at the audience. It has to do with hope. Caitlyn Clark's actions go beyond just accumulating points. She is altering the story for a whole league. She is providing young girls with a hero that is like them in appearance, play, and dominance. Even in discomfort, off the floor, and even on the bench. The WNBA's most formidable player is Caitlyn Clark. She is no longer only smashing records. She is exceeding expectations. She's shattering records. She hasn't finished yet. This woman must be present, perform well, and be the center of attention for the WNBA. The record books aren't the only thing rich Caitlyn Clark is changing. She's changing the rules of what's acceptable to play or get hurt, on or off the court. She still steers, motivates, and controls the discussion. She is a revolution in motion, not just a rookie. And if this is only the start, think of what will happen next. Since history is being made in real time and Caitlyn Clark is holding the pen, please leave a 100% positive comment and make sure you are subscribed if you think she is the basketball player of the future.